All right, remember from geometry when we found the area of a sector, we were basically finding the fraction of the entire area of the circle. And so we're looking right here at our old formula is the fraction of our central angle out of 360 times the area of our circle to find the area of our sector. Well, if we just kind of manipulate things a little bit to think about this in radians, instead of m, I'm going to use theta. Instead of 360 in radians, that would be 2 pi. And over here I have pi r squared. If I just kind of simplify this a little bit, I cancel out the pi's, and I would kind of simplify what I have. This is like an understood 1 over 2, so that's a half. And then I have theta times r squared. So if I'm thinking about the area of a sector in radians, the area of a sector is 1/2 my angle in radians times r squared. And this is basically what they have here for their formula in the book also. All we need is the central angle and our radius. We just kind of plug things in and figure it out from there. So we want to find the area of the sector of this circle right here. Well, we now have the area of our sector formula, which is 1/2 theta r squared. So if we use our central angle measure there for theta, 7 pi over 8, and we plug in our radius, which is 3, and we start simplifying. Well, we've got in our denominator here, we have a 16. On the top, we have 1 times 7. So I'm going to have 7 pi times 9. And so this gives us 63 pi over 16 centimeters squared. And so you just simplify what you have, throw some units on there, and we're done. Finally, it says find the approximate area swept by the wiper blade shown if the total length of the windshield wiper mechanism is 26 inches. Well, let's try this out here. We know the entire wiper blade is 26 inches, but we're only wiping with about 16 inches of that wiper blade. Notice there's all of this stuff in here which isn't really being wiped at all. That's kind of like the stuff we don't want to be part of our area of our sector. So I see 2 sectors here. All right, I see this big one. So we need to find the area of this big sector, and then we need to subtract away the area of the smaller sector here. So we need to find the area of this big sector, subtract away the area of the smaller sector. Either way, they both have 130 degree central angle. So the area of my big sector, and it is in degrees, so I'm going to keep it in degrees. It's going to be 130 over 360 times pi r squared. And in this case, r for this entire large circle is that 26 inches. The entire wiper blade is 26 inches. So I'm going to put that for r. And then I have this little sector down here. The area of my little sector is going to be 130 over 360 times pi r squared. This r is the difference between 16 and 26. It's only 10. Okay? So it looks like we're going to be dealing with pi pi, and I do want to figure out kind of like this more approximate area. So I'm going to calculate this up here on the top, 130 out of 360 times pi times 26 squared gives me approximately 766.8977 square inches right here. This gives me approximately 113.4464 square inches. So we have the area of this big sector, and we know there's the smaller area that we aren't really even wiping. So I need to subtract away the smaller area. The large sector minus the small piece would give me the difference there would be about 653.45 square inches.